Well, good morning. Thanks for being here this morning on a beautiful, beautiful morning to talk about the next steps with an initiative we really started talking about almost a year ago now, and that's Kids Ride Free transit initiative that we've been working through. I want to thank Roosevelt for hosting us today at their school, and the initiative we're really going to talk about today, if I can step back for a minute, fits within our One Sioux Falls framework and our focus on kids and families. So kids and families is a key tenet of what we're focused on in the community right now in all of our initiatives, whether it be public safety, whether it be roads, whether it be parks, in this case transit. So as we were looking at our kids and families initiative, we're like, what are some things we can continue to do to provide equity and specifically transportation equity in our community? And this just seemed like a no-brainer. Over the past 3 years, we've really been looking at ways to expand our transit system, make it more accessible, provide more efficient, expanded services. I will tell you that's not without a lot of challenges. When we have a city that's 80 plus square miles and trying to provide reliable, consistent public transit over that wide of an area, it's challenging. And our transit system has been a challenging system to run and operate for decades. But that doesn't mean we stop trying to innovate and stop trying to do new things, which is why we're here today. So what we're really trying to do with this is we're trying to attract and retain the next generation of rider in our community. It's very hard to shift the behavior patterns of a 35, 45, 55-year-old person. But when you can get youth and kids comfortable with riding transit at a younger age, they become choice riders where they know how to navigate the system, know how to work the transit system, and they just grow up into that and become adult riders that are comfortable using the transit system. Over the past 12 months, just by way of background, we've had more than 15,000 youth riders in our system. So kids are already using the system. What we're looking to do with this is two things. We're looking, one, to remove the any financial burden that may go with that, and two, just increase the number of riders that may come with that free access. So making it free is one way we're helping to remove the barriers, like I said, whether it's getting to school, whether it's getting a part-time job, soccer practice, sports practice. On a personal note, I have 3 kids that are 16, 13, and 9, and trying to coordinate schedules and get them around town, and we're dropping off bikes with them so they can get back and forth. I realize that transit's not going to solve all those problems, but if it can be one solution, we're very excited to implement that. With this change, our goal is to encourage families to choose public transit as part of their daily life. We are also looking at how our transit system can evolve, not only in the way that we're charging or not charging for youth, but we're also having discussions about the sustainability of the system, how we're trying to be climate friendly and eco-friendly with our bus fleet. We have an on-demand transit pilot that we've been working on for several years. And in the future years, and you'll hear more about this at future press conferences and future releases, we're going to keep innovating this transit system. We have to. And in fact, our budget that you'll hear a first reading on next Tuesday, we have a pretty large increase that we're proposing to our transit budget for the next 5 years to make sure the transit fund stays sustainable and that we can support things like this. Could we get to a point even where we have transit that is free to everyone, potentially? We'll keep looking at that model as well. We're not ready to go there yet, but there are communities that are doing that. So we're letting them pilot that and see how that's working in other communities. But I share that only as one example of ways we're continuing to look at the system and make sure that we can support it and keep it sustainable. Before I turn it over to Sam, I just want to give a hat tip to our leaders at Sioux Area Metro, Robert, the drivers, the entire team. They have a hard job right now, in that the staffing challenges of finding drivers is not lost on them, just like it's hard to find lifeguards and factory workers and nurses and engineers. And so they're doing a great job with maintaining a reliable transit system with a very difficult talent environment right now. So Robert, I just wanted to give you guys a hat tip and thank you for all you're doing. So this won't be, like I said, the last time we talk about innovating our transit system, but this is one of the first steps of many that we're going to be taking to try and increase ridership and make choice riders in Sioux Falls. So with that being said, I want to introduce Sam Trebelcock. Sam leads transit efforts for the City of Sioux Falls as our lead transit planner. And he's going to talk more about the specifics of how the program works. Sam?
Thanks, Mayor. Sam Trebelcock, City of Sioux Falls Planning Senior Planner. With me today, Robert Speaks, GM, Sioux Area Metro. We also have Glenn Wright. He's the Operations Manager with Sioux Area Metro. And then also Bren Schweitzer, who's our Transit Program Coordinator in the Planning Office. As the Mayor talked about, Sioux Area Metro is a very accessible, affordable, and an excellent way to get people around, especially kids. In large part, it's a very safe way too. And I want to make sure everybody understands, especially for kids, that it is a very safe way to get around. Sioux Area Metro is very committed to the safety. They're always looking at, that's their number one priority, to make sure that kids and everyone is able to get to their destination in the safest way possible. That includes, there's a surveillance system, a camera system on the buses that can ensure that things are going properly. And that's important. Also, there's a huge safety culture over at Sioux Area Metro. As I said, that's the number one priority. They have safety meetings. They have route supervisors that are watching every single one of the routes, and the drivers are very committed to that. Now, as the Mayor talked about, there's a lot of different kids that have been using this system, but we are down since the pandemic hit. So we want to really encourage people and kids to come back and use it more frequently. So this is certainly one way we can do that. Kids riding free can bring, we think, more kids back to the system and encourage more usage of that. Very important way to get people back to riding transit. Now, to give you an idea how this exactly works, it's a very simple way. So any kids that have the school ID, all they need to do is show their school ID when they get on the bus to the driver. And by doing that, they can get on the bus. And that's any school ID, not just the public system. It could be the private system or any school system for that matter. Now, if they don't have a school ID and they're a middle or high school age child, all they need to do is go down to Sioux Area Metro office and they can get what's called the Freedom Pass. And that's free of charge, and they can get one of those if they don't have a school ID. For the kids that are younger than middle school age, what they need to do, those kids need to ride with an adult, and they're free also. And the drivers will know that, obviously, because they're the younger kids. So again, they just need to ride accompanied by an adult. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Jamie Nold with the Sioux Falls Public School System to provide some comments on how it kind of helps out the school system. Jamie?
Hello, Jamie Nold, Assistant Superintendent with the Sioux Falls Schools. And when we first heard about the Kids Ride Free program with the city, we were excited about that and pleased with that. Because any and all opportunities we have to take down the barriers for students to be able to get to school and gain their education is something obviously we would be in favor of. We've had a great opportunity over the years to be partners with the City of Sioux Falls in multiple ways. Some of that being in internships and jobs for some of our students that go out and work. Some joint uses with facilities and programs that we have in unison with the City of Sioux Falls. Also things with our school resource officers. There's just been so many things over the years that we're being able to partner with the City of Sioux Falls on, and this is just one more of those opportunities that we have. So we're greatly appreciative of that opportunity for our students. And we know as we go and work with our students at each of the schools, any of the opportunities that they have to be able to get here in a safe manner and in a timely manner is something we're in favor of, because if we can get them here and in their seats and be able to provide them an education, we can do that. And we know if they're here on a daily basis and in the seats on a daily basis, our students will gain a great education in the Sioux Falls School District, any of the Sioux Falls schools that would be able to provide that opportunity. So we're greatly appreciative, and we know that our students at our high schools benefit the most, our middle schools as well. There's over 13,000 students that attend each and every day in our middle and high school settings. So when they have that opportunity to be able to get on and ride for free, some of that's going down to the central hub, and then we have a pusher bus that brings them down to the high school then, but it helps us immensely to minimize the number of stops and be able to better utilize our busing services. And some of that is they directly drop them off right at the doorsteps of the high schools and the middle schools. So in both of those regards, however our students get there, that is a great opportunity for us to be able to give them an education. And so again, we are very thankful for the city to partner with us on this and to be able to provide those opportunities for our kids to be able to ride for free and to be able to get to school and get their education. We often talk about the education part and being at the school, but it's so much more than that. We have kids that stay after school for activities, and they participate in that activities, and that's something we're trying to strongly encourage every single one of our students to be able to do, is stay involved, stay in activities, because we know if they're in activities, their opportunity to graduate on time is greatly enhanced. And that's just another opportunity and way for them to be able to get home at night after that activity, or to get to school earlier in the morning when that activity starts really early in the morning. So there's a lot of different ways that it benefits them. Jobs is another one. And I know that every employer in town needs more employees. And so being able to provide that free service for our students also allows them after school time to be able to participate in a job opportunity, because they can then leave the school setting and be able to go out to that job opportunity. So it's a win in a lot of ways for our community and for the students of our community. So we greatly appreciate the City of Sioux Falls being able to partner with us in this. So we thank you and would open it up at this point in time to any questions people may have.
Any questions on the program, details, rollout?
Any idea how many kids have used it so far? Is that anything that is available necessarily?
Sam, do we have any? We probably don't have any data yet on collected, do we, on that?
No, because I mean, really the program just started when the school year started officially. Although it was free, for the summer too, and we've been doing that for the summer for quite a number of years. But as the mayor said, 15,000 kids used the transit system last year, and many of them, we were working with the school district for a number of years. A lot of the kids that are using the School Bus Inc. Routes were also free on Sioux Area Metro buses, because a lot of them are transferring different places in town. So a lot of them have been using that already. Now we're just opening it up to more. But like the mayor said, 15,000 used it last year.
I just want to reinforce one final point, and that is we had a vote on this at our council meeting to approve this and approve this change for the city, and overwhelmingly positive. But the only negative feedback we heard on this potential program is that, yeah, this is great, but the buses don't provide the timeliness and the routes that kids really need. I mean, it doesn't cover the whole city. They run on the hour, So is this really even helping at all? And the answer to that is it absolutely is helping. But it's also not, we're spiking the football and say we've solved youth transportation challenges. So we're going to keep looking at the data, looking at how kids are using it. We have all kinds of data that shows where our heaviest drop-off points are, where the on-demand requests are coming from. And we'll keep innovating the system. So I just want to reinforce, this is the first step, I think, in several innovations we're going to be seeing over the next several years to make sure our transit system is fair, is equitable, and as efficient as possible for everyone in the community. So with that, thank you for coming. And if you have any one-on-one requests with these handsome gentlemen here, you can sure take them. So thanks for being here today.